Hi everyone. Give me a second, guys. I'm logging in onto Facebook as well for those that don't have Instagram. Give me a second. All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? Gotta fix this a little. Feel like it's all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live Open Conversations. I'm so excited to be coming on today. I'm in Jersey. The weather is super cold, like really cold. As you follow my page, I mean, it's snowing over here. It's crazy. It's wet. I want to go back home. Okay. How's everyone doing? Hi, everyone. I can't hardly see you, but I will do my best. Hello, Miss Kim. Hello, JL. 1105. I know who you are. Hello, Miss Blue Sapphire. Hello to those that's just logging in. Hi, how are you? I need a drinking partner. I know. I need one too. Well, anyways, guys, welcome to Live Open Conversation. Today we're talking about co-parenting. We're talking about parenting. I mean, first of all, I don't want to offend anyone and their parenting skills. I believe that everyone has a different technique on how to raise their children. But at the end of the day, we have a situation that we encountered through raising kids. So I think it's a great opportunity. If you have any questions, let me go through a little bit of my session, and then if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. That's what I'm here for, to help everyone, and not just only everyone but myself, to grow and to be able to do things better for ourselves and our children. First of all, I have a quote here. It says, any parent using children as a means of control or a pawn or poisoning the parent-child relationship is an unhealthy parent. First of all, you should not be telling your kids not to go see their other parent. Whether you're a mom or you're a dad, you shouldn't be brainwashing your children with information about the other parent in regards of the situation that you're having with that parent. Do not involve your kids in it, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that hurt. They the ones that suffers at the end of all this. And you walk along your way like nothing ever happened, and you go be happy with someone else. So don't use your children as base as something, as a pawn, like what it says. Do not use your children as a pawn. You shouldn't be using your children to make yourself look good and make the other parent look bad. First of all, we shouldn't be doing that. And I've experienced that growing up, with a lot of my friends. Parents used to tell their kids, oh, your dad is this and your dad is that, or vice versa. Will be the same thing with a father raising kids, and they would, talk really bad about the other parent. It's not only that happened when I was growing up, but it's continuing to happen now. We should be having full control of that, making a change, making a difference, because at the end of the day, your children don't have no fault in anything that's taking place with you or that other parent. take those children out of that equation, because at the end of the day, you're not hurting yourself, you're hurting them. So please do not use that as an excuse to tie your children down with them. I have another quote too. Anybody has any questions? Hello, everyone that just had joined. Hello. Moving along. Co-parenting. Co-parenting is not a competition between two homes. It's a collaboration. Sorry. I cannot say this word. A collaboration of parents doing what is best for their kids. That is very true. You know, you should be making means, you know, with each other, making things work out, and for the sakes of your children. You know, your kids go to that house, they come to your house, they have two different homes that they call home. You know, is it healthy for them? No, it's not unhealthy for children to be moving from home to home. It is not a healthy situation for them. You know, but circumstances is where your children is going from home to home. Please make a least of a communication in regards of you and your other partner, or well, your ex-partner, to have mutual relationship, not just only for you, but for your sakes of your children. Come to agreements, make things better, make things be understandable, be on the same level, communicate. You know, don't expect that one parent is going to do more than the other parent, because at the end of the day, you both are parents and you both have to do both those parts regardless, especially when they're living in separate homes. You have to give if you didn't even want to give your 100% when you were in the relationship, well, now you have to give your 100% when you're out of the relationship, because you have children involved. You have to be a complete dad or mom to your child, and you have to do what needs to be done at all times. So at the end of the day, you have to make a better understanding between you and your ex-spouse or your ex-partner, and have better communication in regards of how you're going to be able to take care of these children and raise them up to be the best people that they can be, and know that regardless of whatever situation had happened between you and that spouse or that partner, that it now is making it easier for them. You know, those issues that you have with that spouse is nothing to do with your children. So please, you know, that's one thing. You know, I'm not here to offend anyone and their parenting skills, but I see this every day. I see parents, mothers talk bad about their what they call baby daddies or the father of their children. You know, they talk really bad, and you know what? Your kids shouldn't be involved in how bad he treated you at all, or how bad she treated you. You know, your relationship with your children is one of the most important things, and you should be able to cherish that every moment and every second of it. You know, and another step too, moving along, you know, we have what is called child abuse, neglect. Child abuse is a problem no one really talks about, and it's true. No one really talks about. It's kind of a complicated conversation when you come up to this. Give me a second, Jay. I'm gonna answer your question. Abuse and neglect is the number one cause of injury to children in the country. More children die of abuse or neglect than natural causes. That is very true. And they die because of sadness, of depressed, of being not able to help that parent. You know, you put so much burden on them that they die of of them being afraid or being vulnerable to things. You know, like whatever situation that you may have encountered with that person living in that household, it causes, you know, them to, it isn't a child abuse, you know, because Uh, oh, I love you, Gigi. Sorry, you sidetracked me. Child abuse is very bad. It's happening not just only here. It's happening everywhere. You know, when two parents are breaking up and breaking a household, it's considered child abuse for these children that's going through the verbal abuse, from the physical abuse, and the mentally abuse. You know, like mentally they're being destructed. You know, their mind is coming to a close. It's so much information that they're trying to tackle down. They're trying to be a kid but not a kid. You know, so I had a question here. What if they ask about the past? If you have a relationship with your children that you are able to conversate about those things, you know, you can be real. You know, being honest with your children is very important, you know, because, you know, they're not at fault for them being here. They're not at fault. So, you know, and it's not for you to talk bad about them. And if you feel what has taken them to that level of you being separated from their father and why, I mean, it's about how you be able to put that all together. You know, you as a parent, you should know how your kids are, how they're going to take information in that sort. What about parents that stay together just for the sake of the children, especially when both parents are unhappy with each other in the same household? That's another thing. That's a good question. There is a lot of parents that stays for the sakes of their children, and it shouldn't be like that. Nobody shouldn't be in a relationship for the sakes of their children, because when you're in a relationship for the sakes of your children, what you're doing is basically putting a child. You're doing a child abuse to your child, because you're pretending to be doing something that you in reality are not doing. You know, so you're living a false life. So you shouldn't be, you know, being in a relationship because of my children. And, you know, and that's the mistake that a lot of people have. Just because you have children doesn't mean that holds you down. That doesn't tie nobody down to have children. What needs to be done is either you break up, y'all both go separate ways, y'all live happily ever after, but with the part of being co-parents, being able to support these children, motivate them and inspire them to be the adults that they need to be for the future. You know, because these kids need that. You know, and why would you want to send your children to school feeling like my parents don't love me? Because that's what the kids think. You know, they start thinking negative, start thinking things that they shouldn't be thinking. And not because that the parents don't love them. It's just the parents keep arguing and fighting and doing and saying things that's unnecessary in front of children. And that's inappropriate. You know, children are children at the end of the day, and you want to keep them as children as much as possible. And to me, you know, having a childhood is very important. You know, my parents experience from the past. Growing up, my parents were always in arguments, and that happened more towards when I got older as a teen. When they separated, I was like the most happiest kid alive. I was like, oh my God, 14. Oh, thank God, you know, happy that my parents separated, because I was tired of the nonsense of the everyday, you know, the arguing, the fighting, you know, and that really put a toll on me, because I used to go to school thinking so bad, like, wow, you know, my parents this, my parents that, they're always arguing, they're always fighting, they're always saying this and saying that, and the kids that, and, you know, you say things sometimes that you don't really mean, but you don't realize who's actually listening to it. And you say something that may not be inappropriate, you know, that to you may not seem inappropriate, but it is inappropriate because someone else is hearing that. Your children is there in your home listening to those things, listening, paying attention to what's happening. What you think that they live in that household and they're not listening to what's happening? You know, of course, that's unhealthy. Not just only for you, but it's unhealthy for them. You know, so also the children in the household see those parents arguing and fighting and start to believe that natural and normal in a relationship. That is very true. It's not natural and normal in a relationship to have an argument or a fight. Parents needs to come to understanding and communication in regards of what's happening. They need to find a ground where they can stand both together at all times. There shouldn't be no parents arguing and fighting in front of their children, because that is not natural, and that's not normal for people that's in a relationship, to be arguing and fighting. If you love each other, there shouldn't be none of that. Misunderstandings, yes, can happen, but that shouldn't be in an argument about. You know, it's like what I always say: pick and choose your battles. Not everything is a battle. You should know what you can fight for and what you shouldn't be fighting for. And that's in any relationship. And any household that have children. Not everything is an argument. If you want to live rich and wealthy and with so much success, the whole strive of being in a relationship is making all that happen. That when you do start bringing children into your life, is basically, raising them and giving them the life that they deserve, not the life that you had when you was growing up. And for they can do that with their own children, and their children can do that with their own children. But so many years, families, arguing and fighting, and husbands and wives trying to kill each other, that it makes it look like a natural thing for it to happen, a normal thing in a relationship. And it's not a natural or normal thing in a relationship to be having fights and arguments about nonsense thing. If you're tired and sick, get out of that relationship. Start a whole new relationship with someone else, someone that really matters to you. Not be in a relationship stuck because you have children, especially because they're small. You ain't no kid holding nobody down. Your kid's gonna grow up, and guess what? You're gonna continue living in a miserable life with the spouse or the person that you're living with? No way. It shouldn't happen like that. So it is what it is. Anybody has any questions? Any other questions? I believe I'm halfway through my show, and everybody's so quiet in this live show. I know I got Facebook too. I'm sorry. If you have questions, I will do my best to get back to you on those questions. I'm in Jersey, and unfortunately, I'm not working both side of the phones. Well, both sides of the phone. That's kind of funny. Of where I'm actually doing live from. So I do apologize for that. This is actually my first time on Facebook Live. For those that are on, thank you for being on. It means the world to me to have everyone on my shows. So yeah. Co-parenting is very important for family to be involved in. Having mutual means with your other partner and spouses. So you should be able to come at means with your partners or your ex-spouses. Co-parenting is an important task for every parent that's out there that are separated from their children's father or mothers, that is currently in the situation of being co-parenting, and there's no understanding and there's no communication. What about an absent parent? Always belittling the other parent. Absent parent always belittling the other parent. It's kind of hard when you have an absent parent. That parent don't want to be part of that child's life, especially if you really didn't have a relationship with that person. Not a relationship. I mean, you had a relationship, and it just so happens that you come out pregnant, and you don't want they don't want no ties with you. But you are pregnant and you're having this child. It is kind of hard, but you as a parent, you always got to make that child always feel the love, that regardless of that other parent is not there, you should always make sure that kid always feel that warmth of whether that other parent is there or not, that warmth is still there. And it's kind of hard because kids do ask, where's their dad or where's their mom, and and it's sad because you try to make things sound good, but It doesn't sound good, that type of thing. So it is a little complicated when it comes down to an absent parent. The children also think it's their fault. No kid should be thinking about whose fault it is, because at the end of the day, that's the fault of the parents for letting whatever happen happen. So, parents, out there, I'm not here to school you on your parenting skills, but to at least help you come to mutual understandings of what you should be doing to make your relationship and your children a healthy family all over again. You cannot be in a relationship and have an unhealthy relationship in your household. That is very, very, very bad for parents having unhealthy relationships. That is the most thing that is happening, not just only now, it's happening everywhere. A lot of parents are staying for the sakes of their children, but you know what? You shouldn't be staying for the sakes of their children, because if you're unhappy, imagine how your children do feel. How unhappy that they are being in a household with parents that are unhappy. And that's not their children's fault at all. That is definitely not the children's fault. To think that, you know, parents are fighting and arguing and putting up with some nonsense in their household, like it shouldn't be happening at all. If you're gonna argue or fight, please remove yourself away from the children. Go into a room, go into a secluded area where you and your partner can actually talk and not fight in front of that child. That's one of the things that happens nowadays, and that's even happened before when I was growing up too. Parents fighting and arguing in front of their children, and imagine in front of their children the embarrassment of them fighting and arguing in front of people. That is even worse. You fighting and arguing in front of people. You're making your family, you're making yourself, you're making everything around you look so bad. So, parents in an unhealthy relationship needs to remove the unhealthy part of it and move forward within the healthy part of the relationship. Becoming co-parents, being in a co-parent system, where you guys have mutual understandings and what you can and cannot do, who's gonna have who when next weekend and stuff like that. So, because as they start thinking that it's their fault, mentally that's messing them up. Mentally, that's taking them to a whole nother level of mind. Because that's what it's called, child abuse and neglect. You start neglecting your child by you arguing and fighting in your household. You start forgetting that you have a kid in your household because you're so caught up with all the arguments and fights that you are having with your partner. You shouldn't be having no arguments and fights in front of your children, first of all. And your children shouldn't be involved in what's happening between you and that partner. Kids should not be involved in any of that. That's in any relationship. No kids should be involved in any of that, what's going on in your relationship that is so unhealthy and so unpredictable that you can be with today and then tomorrow we're not together. Get yourself out of that unhealthy relationship. Do it for the sake of your children. How about that one? Get out of that relationship for the sake of your children. That's a good one. I don't understand nowadays people want to be in a relationship for that, and I can't feed into that. You should be living a healthy life, living happy, living normal with your children. If you're not with your spouse, okay, that's fine, but do not pawn your kids based on an issue that you have with your children for that other spouse not to see their children. That makes it a complicated story, complicated issue too when you get your kids involved with that. Because kids are going to be kids no matter what. They're going to ask for their other parent. As much as you don't like it, they still gonna ask for them. They're gonna be like, "Hey, mom, what's up with that?" They're gonna come pick us up. He's gonna come pick us up. They're gonna ask for it. So it is what it is. So, ooh, this is loco. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Hi, everyone. Everyone that has come in. Hello, hello, hello. I know everybody's so quiet today. I mean, was the time different? Different? 8 o'clock? Yeah, I don't like 8 o'clock. What's going on? It's dead in my room. Anybody has any questions? Hello, hello, everyone. Everybody's so quiet. This is open conversation. Let's open up. Let's ask the questions that we need to ask. Stop holding back from saying what you need to say and learning and being able to be better parents, better people, better individuals in this world that we're living in now. You know, this is the problem that we have now. People don't want to open up. Why you don't want to open up? Open up. Be real to yourself. Be honest. Be loyal. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. You know, stop being this person that you shouldn't be. You know, living trapped in your own body, withholding information and things that you want to learn. You know, what you waiting for the other person to send a question? Don't be waiting for nobody to send no questions. Send those questions in. You know, that's the fun part of open conversation. You are able to be open with me. I'm not here to judge anyone. We're all the same. We all have sins. We all have done our share of mistakes. We all have done a little bit of everything. So let's not be closed minded, because literally this is what it feels like, a closed conversation. Hello, everyone that's coming in. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, we're talking about unhealthy relationship with parents. We're talking about co-parentings, and we're talking about child abuse and neglect. Hello, Jane. How you doing? You know, another thing too that I want to say. Excuse me. Oh, oh, that. Oh, excuse me. Um, we should be making a difference and everybody's lives, including ourselves, including our spouses and our partners or whoever we're with, including our children and everyone around us. First of all, you got to always remember about you. If you're not doing what needs to be done for you, what makes you think that you're able to hold your family up together? What makes you think that you won't collapse because you're not even taking care of yourself? You as a person have to be able to hold yourself up and make sure that you are okay in order for you to hold up everything else that you have around yourself. That you surround yourself with your family and your children, whoever it is that you have around you. You know, because we won't come to these situations where there's lack of communication, lack of emotions. You know, there's sometimes a relationship there's lack of emotions. You know, one parent shows less love and another parent, everything needs to be balanced out. Kids always need to know that things are going to be okay, things are going to be safe. Oh, excuse me, things are going to be the way it needs to be. So if you are in a relationship and you have to, I'm not gonna say that you have to make your relationship work, but you do everything in your part to make your relationship work, to hold your household, to hold your family together. But things do happen, and if those things did happen, then find mutual understanding of co-parenting with your other partner, with your ex-partner. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you to JC Penney. Um, Uh, we should be having a mutual understanding with co-parent, being co-parents with our other ex-partners, making mutual understandings between each other. We shouldn't be fighting and arguing more than what we already have fought. That shouldn't even be happening at all. There should be just a mutual understanding of that. Child abuse comes from that. People, these kids start thinking that you guys don't even love them. And it's sad to say that, At one point, I felt like that myself growing up. Felt like my parents didn't love me because of they fighted so much and they forgot about us. But, once they got out that relationship, how everything changed, how different life was for us. And it made it so much better. I love my parents being separated. That is the best, greatest feeling, to have both parents be in the same room but not be together. To me, I'm happy with that. I'm content with life knowing that my parents don't argue and no fight about nonsense things that shouldn't be happening. Growing up, there was a lot of that, and no kid shouldn't be going through no experience like that. It is what it is. And that's where the problem becomes. I've talked about a couple weeks ago about suicidal depression. That all plays a role in your children. They start falling into a depression. They start, thinking about suicidal things. Thinking negative, letting the demons take over their bodies and their minds and their soul because they feel like they're not worth anything. And this goes back to that, where kids start falling into a depression based on their parents' relationship, that they're living in a household that's so unhealthy that they go to school just because they want to escape what is happening at home with their parents. And it's sad that kids need to think like that. Kids need to, that feels like, that they're at fault at what's happening with between their parents. So I think if you're in a relationship now, get yourself out. Make this healthy for you and for your children. Come to mutual agreements with your ex-partner. Make it understanding. But there is parents out there that don't want no part of their kids, and it's sad when those parents don't want no parts of their children. Because at the end of the day, you brought precious kids to this world that didn't even ask to be here. And now you're telling me that you're removing yourself from this situation because you don't want to be a man or a woman enough to stand up to your responsibilities. Well, guess what? You have something coming for you. Because these kids are going to grow up. And what's going to happen? I won't be surprised if these kids come and knock you the fuck out. Excuse my language. I needed to say that. But that's what will happen. Your kids will grow up to hate you because of you abandoning them from the start, and that's sad, when you have kids that ask for that parent, that other parent that they're missing, so it is very important that you have the best relationship and know who you're marrying, know who you're spending your life with, because what is the use of you being with someone and then down the road, 2 or 3 years down the road, you're getting divorced because things didn't work out for you guys. Now you have kids that are involved in this mess that you guys created, and there is not their fault. I mean, I'm not here to criticize anybody and how they're raising their children or what happened within their relationship. But if you had one thought in your mind that this is what's going to happen, then why did you get married in the first place? I mean, you should know in your heart that feeling of love and commitment from that other person, and you won't have an unhealthy relationship. What is the fighting and the arguments going to do? It ain't going to make nothing better for you. It's just going to make a whole lot of everything just a bigger mess than what it already is. So it is continue to be what it is, So parents that's out there, if you're in a relationship, remove yourself out of it. Just come to just an agreement. Be real to yourself. Be real to that other person. Be real to your children. I mean, be real to what's actually taking place with that. So stop pretending to be living in a fantasy dream when you're not living in a fantasy dream. You're living in a false environment. You know, you're pretending to be doing something that is not real, and holding yourself with your spouse because of the sakes of your children. It shouldn't be like that. You know, every parent out here, single moms and dads that's out here, they're doing it. They go to work full time. They take their children to school and pick them up, or daycare, whichever one, and they doing it. Parents are doing it. You know, but be real. If you don't want to be in a relationship with that person, be real about it. You know, stop being fake and stop being something that you're not. You know, be real. Tell that person, look, you know, let's break this. Let's just move on. Let's do what we got to do for the sake of our children. You go be happy and I go be happy, and that's it. We cool parents. High five. Yeah. We be the best parents in this earth. You know? It's definitely the best feeling to know that, you know, you're walking away. Look, you don't want to be with me? Okay, that's fine. You go your way, I go my way, but we still have to make sure that we raise these kids the way we need to raise them, whether you're in another relationship or not. I mean, it is not easy. Nothing in life was made to be easy, first of all. But you put yourself to it, you make it easy. Why? Because anybody in this world can make anything easy if you put your mind to it. And getting yourself out of an unhealthy relationship of arguments and fights, and then living a fantasy world of coming out of your house pretty, you know, thinking that, you know, your household is under control, everything is good, nothing is happening, you're living this dream life, the house and the cars and the things that you want, the many kids that you have. You know, you're living a fake lie. You know, you're really living a fake lie just because you're gonna think that it's not easy. It's easy if you put yourself to it. You know, you put your mind to it. You know, yes, it's easy to say, but mentally, when something like that happens, your parenting skills starts clicking in. What I need to do to make sure that my kids are okay. What I need to do to find a job. What I need to do this and do that. Oh, that's a complicated situation. That is a complicated situation. I mean, you guys have to come to mutual understandings. You know that if you guys are not gonna be together, he needs to respect and understand that you guys are not gonna be together. But you know, if you are married, that I know that you are married. How you call it? You need to work on your relationship. You need to make things good. Why? Because in a marriage is for everything. You didn't get married just because you wanted to have a big wedding and have that big fancy life. No. You had a wedding because you met something real. You wanted something real for the rest of your life, and that's who you met and that's who you married. You know, so you guys have to have a better understanding and co-parenting with your children. You know, and especially if you are separated from your spouse, you should be having a better understanding. You should tell him to come on my um oh, okay, now I understand. You know, now I can understand your situation. My mind is thinking that, you know, your son is your spouse, you know, your current spouse son. Sorry. That's how I always looked at it. But you know, I understand where now you're coming from. You know, your dad, your son's father is not coming to understandings of that. Well, girl, you know, you need to put them in court, do something, or if not, you know, damn, this is a really complicated situation because you know it's at the end of the day, your son is gonna grow up and he's gonna see what his dad is really all about. First of all, I personally don't think that you should brainwash your son with things that he shouldn't be brainwashed. You know, because at least he has a role model, a male figure in your household. You know, that's giving him that man, you know, creating that young man in him. You know, so you shouldn't brainwash your son with information about his dad, about anything that's negative, because what's gonna happen then, he's gonna start thinking bad about you because you're telling him things about his dad, and now he hates his dad because you said it, and everything is gonna be based on what you said. Yeah, exactly. Her son will see for himself, exactly. And he will see how strong of a mom you are to him. You've been there for your son no matter what. But this co-parenting has to be very understanding. There could be, well, girl, he's in love with you. He's always been in love with you. What can you do? He's been in love with you since day one. He never wanted to let you go. But you married someone else. So you can't blame him for not for want now wanting to be there because he want to be in the picture, you know. But he still have to respect that you are a married woman now. You have moved on and past that. He needs to be held responsible for taking care of his son. That's it. That's how simple that is. Yeah, it's not easy, but you need to find a mutual grounds with him in regards of that. Because you're not gonna keep having him around. If it's his weekend, he's not gonna be stuck in your house every weekend. No, that doesn't work like that. That's why you co-parent. He goes to your house this weekend. He stays with you in your casa, not here, your casa. You know, and if he's dating someone, his girl has to respect the fact that he has children. So hello everyone that's coming into the room. How are you? Just to let everyone know, we're talking about unhealthy relationship with parents. We are talking about co-parenting, and we're talking about child abuse and neglect. Any questions if you have, please do not hesitate to ask. That's what I'm here for. That's what I love doing every week. Thank you to you guys. You continue to show the love and the support that's needed and that's wanted. So the more you show the love, the more I'm on here every week, the more I want to do this. The drive that I have to not just only help myself, but to help everyone everywhere, across the world, across the globe. I want to be that person to make a difference in somebody's life. Yeah, you are lucky to have the husband that you have, and I'm really really happy that you made that decision. I'm really happy. We go back in our days. You know what I mean? So I am really happy that you have a wonderful husband. And that's the whole means of having a wonderful partner that you can share your life with, that your children love and adore. That is the most beautiful thing to have in your household. What is the behind of fights and arguments? You don't get anything out of it. Pick and choose your battles. Know what you're talking about. Know what you're gonna fight about. Stop saying things that shouldn't be said. So it is what it is. But your son is gonna grow up. You have to have better means with the putting grounds with his father, to have better co-parenting between him and better understanding. Because at the end of the day, he is the father and he needs to be there for his son. But your son is gonna grow up and he's gonna start being like, nah, mom, I'm not going over there. Nah, I don't want to go. Nah, I don't want to go, because he's gonna notice what type of dad that he is. So it is what it is. That's my favorite slogan today. It is what it is. So just quickly, I am gonna be talking about something really interesting next week. It's Valentine's Day. I will be back in Florida, in the Sunshine State. It's gonna be so warm, so nice. It's gonna feel amazing. It's gonna feel so great. Hi, Jay, Rosario. Hey, Deb. I mean, Didi. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kims. Hello. How are you? It's nice to see you guys. Love you too. Next week, we have a wonderful topic. We're gonna be talking about Valentine's. I know a lot of people is wondering, what am I gonna talk about? I know everybody's excited about that. It's love in the air, but you know what? We're gonna actually go into the history of it. We're gonna be talking about the history of Saint Valentine. We're gonna be talking about Valentine's traditions, and we're gonna talk a little bit and give some help for those single people out there. Let's match them up a little bit, give them a day, do something. I don't know. Let's help these people, to see love. Everyone should be loved. Everyone should feel the love. So we should make it happen. That's the fun part. So that's next week's live. I'm excited to be announcing that. I'm in Jersey right now. It's super cold. It's so cold. I'm freezing my booty. I wet my feet in the snow and the wet when I could be in the sun and flip flops and shorts and a tank top, and I feel amazing over there. That is true. Love, that is, thank you for saying that. Um, Candy and the Man, yes. That is very true, Blue Sapphire. That is not only about love. It's about the love for the amistad, like friendship, love of, because there's different type of love, because I can be in love, I can love you like my sister, I can love you like my cousin, I can love you like my brother, my mother. Those loves are different. Those loves cannot be compared to any other love, so to me there is different type of love out here. So yeah, you are right. We're gonna talk about all those things. But Valentine was really made for love, if you know what I'm talking about. So we will be talking about a little bit about that next week. That's next week's topic, February 14 at 8 p.m. Do not miss it either, because it looks like everybody be wanting to miss my show. As much as I promote it, as much as I see everyone look at my posts and all the stuff that I put. So stop playing jokes. Stop playing this game with me. Get on. Lock yourself in. Get yourself out of work early. I've been trying to catch you. Let me tell you something. I'm on the go, girl. I'm on the go. So I know what I'm talking about, but I'm keeping track of everybody on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So I'm watching out for everyone. So I'll be posting. I'll be seeing y'all liking. I see y'all seeing everything. So why isn't it that y'all not here on Wednesdays? Wednesdays I come on commitmently to the full max, coming onto my live show. Cupid better go that way, girl. For you, yes, it better go south. So no, but love is meaning of every type of love, but the history behind it is basically about a priest that was marrying Christians. Just to give you a little insight of it, it's about a priest that was marrying Christians, and his name was actually Saint Valentine. So that was his actual name. I looked it up. There was a history behind it. Valentine's just don't come just to come. So I know you be looking, princess. I know y'all be looking. Trust me, I'll be paying attention. I'm on my social media 24/7, especially now promoting my live show. Yes. By the way, I will be coming out with a new live show. I'll be coming with a new live show. I'm not sure when. It's gonna be a late night show. It's gonna be a little explicit, and it's gonna be based on dirty talking. So this is for grown adults, no children. Please, it's not a PG-13. It's rated R, so adults can be adults and have an open conversation with me. So I'll be coming out with topics about that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna be launching it, but I've had a lot of people ask me about this late night, to do a late night show, And thinking about it, I think it's gonna be great to come out with a late night talk show, but it's gonna be late night, like maybe 12, 1 o'clock at night. That I think that's a reasonable time. You in bed and you want to get all spiced up, so I'll be doing that soon. That's something nice that I'm actually working on, and I'm actually happy to announce. I just don't want my fiance to kill me because of my live shows taking up my time. You know what that means? But I love you people. You guys are what keeps me motivated. That keeps me pushing forward. That keeps me coming on every week. With new topics, new things to talk about. Whether you're on or not, guess what? My live show is still happening. And that's the fun part about my live show. My live show is still happening, no matter if you're on or not. Because eventually you're gonna see it. You're gonna go on my Instagram page. You're gonna see it. You're gonna want to know what the hell's going on. You're gonna hit me up through my DM. So you already know. Line open, rated R convos. Live, okay. Oh damn, they throwing me some new names for my new live show. Oh, let me find out. It's actually gonna be open conversation, but it's gonna be another part of it. It's gonna be basically like dirty talk. I'm not sure. I'm working on something with that. I'm coming up with some explicit stuff to talk about. It looked like everybody want to talk dirty, and they want to be nasty. So I mean, I don't have a problem talking dirty or being nasty. Sending nothing but love. You look amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Kim. I missed it. No, you didn't miss it. I'm still here. Stay safe. EMP Patterson. You already know. Woo. I'm trying to read. Okay. Any questions? Yes. Ha ha ha. You see, y'all all some nasty freaks. I should have just come out with a live show for only freaks. Like you guys. All of you guys are a bunch of freaks on my open conversation. I'm trying to talk about things and y'all want to talk about dirty stuff. How dare y'all talk about this right now? But I am going to come out with the live show. I'll be promoting it soon. That's something that I'm working on. I'm not sure for when. Just have to work it into my schedule because I am wedding planning. If you guys do not know, I'm getting married next year. So I am in the process of doing all my steps right before marriage. So please, I'm trying to work all those little magics to happen. For those that are in Jersey that want to see me, please do not hesitate to hit me on my DM. I'm ready to come through. I'm here till like Friday, Saturday. That's it. And I'll be going to New York. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate the love and the support there. But yeah, I'm in the process of wedding planning. Where are you getting married? Do I have to say that now? I am getting married in Key West, Florida. We changed our destination wedding to the Florida Keys due to the fact that a lot of family and friends won't be able to travel outside of the country, if you know what I mean. Some people don't have passport. Some people, it's a little bit more expensive than what I thought. So we are going to keep it in Florida. It's still going to be, to me, a destination wedding because it's going to be away from home. But it is going to be a destination wedding in the Florida Keys. So, I am going to be asking for everybody's IDs and stuff. I know we in there like swimwear. Yes, we are in there like swimwear because I'll be out there for like 14 days. Woo! And I know my fiance is on here, so I love you too. I want to invite. Girl, you got an invite. There's a lot of you guys that have an invite coming up for this wedding. But you know what? We're not talking about my wedding. That's a special edition show, when it happens. Real quick, I'm going to be signing off soon. I know he's somewhere in there. If you said hello to him. But he's in there. He's somewhere. If he's on here. But I know I seen him somewhere. Anyhow. I want to say thank you. We spoke today about parents with unhealthy relationships. We spoke about co-parenting and child abuse and neglect. Any parent using child as a means of control or a pawn or poisoning the parent-child relationship is an unhealthy parent. Please, people, do not say things that shouldn't be said. Oh, yeah, you should. That sounds really good. You should do a live on wedding. Yes, I would be doing that too. So that's a good topic. A lot of people actually ask me about a topic like that. I will be talking about that in the next couple weeks because I have great topics for you guys for the next couple weeks right now for February. My book is full, like with so many different things to talk about that believe me, you guys need to start staying tuned. Y'all need to lock yourself in. You know, lock yourself into my live show on Wednesday. Put an alarm on your phone. Put something, put a memo, put whatever it is you gotta put on your phone. Y'all be on your phone 24/7 anyways. Y'all need to put something live, open conversation every Wednesday at 8 o'clock now. It's no longer 7. It's 8 o'clock. Made it easier for everyone. People said 9. Some people said 7. So some people said leave it the way it is. Some people, so many people said so many things. So I said 8, reasonable time. Not too early, not too late. And nobody doesn't want to be on. Nobody doesn't want to talk and have conversations. That's what I'm here for, to have a conversation about the things that we're struggling with as people and as humans. It's helping me, and it's not just only helping me, but it's helping everyone else. So yes, there is more topics coming up, and especially about weddings. A lot of people requested that. I don't know why all of a sudden, but there is a lot of people requesting that topic to be spoken. But that's going to be an exclusive topic when I do that, because I didn't know planning your own wedding will be the most difficult thing to do. Did I say that right? It's harder than what I thought. Planning someone else's wedding is easy. Planning my own wedding is the hardest. So it is what it is. For those that just joined in, hello, ha ha ha, yes. I know, girl. I know what's happening. But it is, as you know, you got married, so you must have been through the same stress. Planning someone else's is like nothing. Planning someone else's is like nothing. Planning your own wedding is a headache and a half. Not a headache and a half in a bad way. It just means, you want things certain ways. So, I do have only a minute on my clock. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on my live show today. We will come back next week with a Valentine topic. Please stay tuned. I know that you follow my page all the time. Y'all see my posts. Y'all see my stories. So stop playing games and get on my live show, because it's getting more lit than what you ever have thought. So this is a commitment that I have. And guess what? I want a commitment from you guys too, to be on my live show every Wednesdays. Talking and opening up and being expressive about the things that we are talking about. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this great opportunity that you have given me. This is a session of live open conversation. And I'm thankful for you guys for today's show that we talked about unhealthy relationship with parents, co-parenting, and child abuse and neglect. So thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Love you guys. Can I get a thumbs up for everyone that's in the room? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm about to log off. Logging off. Nobody doesn't want to put their thumbs up. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi is delaying everything. Sorry, guys. The Wi-Fi no good. Bye, guys. Love you. Till next week. See ya next week, guys. Have a good one. Good night.